from Reuters. This is Reuters. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Tuesday that he was doubling his planned tariff on all steel and aluminum products from Canada to 50%. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said the additional 25% tariff on Canadian metals will go into effect on Wednesday morning.
We need to end the chaos once and for all.
It comes in response to Ontario Premier Doug Ford imposing a 25% tariff on electricity coming into Michigan, Minnesota, and New York State.
This surcharge will cost families and businesses in these states up to $400,000 each and every single day. On an average, this will add around $100 per month to the bills of hardworking Americans.
On Tuesday, Ford said he would not back down until Trump's tariffs on Canadian imports were gone for good, echoing his words a day earlier.
If the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely.
Trump also threatened to substantially increase tariffs on cars coming into the U.S., quote, if other egregious long-time tariffs are not likewise dropped by Canada. The hyper-focus on tariffs since Trump took office has rattled investor, consumer, and business confidence in ways that economists increasingly worry could cause a recession.
What is the crime that I committed?
The Philippines firebrand former leader Rodrigo Duterte was arrested upon his arrival at Manila's main airport on Tuesday. That was at the request of the International Criminal Court and confirmed by the office of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. It's a major step in the court's investigation into thousands of alleged extrajudicial killings during Duterte's presidency-defining war on drugs.
Now, the legal basis for my being here.
Duterte questioned the reason for his arrest in an Instagram video posted by his daughter, Veronica, from his custody at a Manila airbase. Duterte's drug war was a campaign promise that swept the maverick crime-busting mayor to presidential power in 2016. Reuters captured graphic footage at the time of the violence. According to police, 6,200 suspects were killed during anti-drug operations, but activists say the real death toll of the crackdown was far greater. Police deny any involvement in those killings and reject allegations from rights groups of systematic executions and cover-ups. Duterte has repeatedly defended the crackdown and denied ordering the murder of drug suspects, saying he instructed police to kill only in self-defense. On Tuesday, some of his supporters rallied outside the airbase where he was held. Reuters spoke to Rose, a supporter of Duterte's, at the airport.
Duterte is old, and he did not deserve what they did to him. What he did was for the Philippines. The time that he was the president was peaceful. There was less crime and there was order when he was in power. He did not deserve this treatment.
Duterte's ally and former legal counsel, Salvador Pinello, said the arrest was unlawful and police had denied legal representation. Human Rights Watch called the arrest a critical step for accountability in the Philippines and said authorities should swiftly hand Duterte over to the ICC.
Because they...
Palestinians in Gaza have weathered a year and a half of war and are used to making do without electricity. But a decision by the Israeli government to cut the supply of electricity, including to a crucial water treatment plant, has sparked fresh warnings of a dire health crisis. Ahmed Al-Rubai manages the water desalination plant in Deir el-Balah. The power cut has forced the plant to turn to fuel generators to keep operating. But fuel must be brought in through crossings, and crossings are controlled by Israel.
With the closure of the crossings and the shortage of fuel supplies, we currently cannot predict how long we can operate on generators. If the closure of crossings continues, the situation threatens to become a catastrophe.
He said daily clean water output has plummeted from 18,000 cubic meters to just 2,000 cubic meters, a drop of 80%. That means civilians may turn to contaminated water. Tariq Shaheen is the director of the Deir el-Balah municipality.
This threatens the spread of intestinal or skin diseases and reduced hygiene among citizens. Therefore, we expect that if the closure continues, God forbid, an environmental and health disaster will occur.
The war was triggered by a Hamas-led cross-border attack on southern Israel in October 2023 that killed 1,200 people and saw 251 taken hostage, according to Israeli tallies. Israel's retaliation has killed more than 48,000 Palestinians, according to Gaza health officials, left most of its people destitute, and razed much of the territory to the ground. Israel's energy minister instructed the state power company to cut sales of electricity to Gaza, which he described as a means of pressuring Hamas to free hostages. The first phase of a ceasefire that expired last week saw the release of some Israeli captives, or their bodies, in exchange for thousands of Palestinians held in Israeli jails. It's unclear whether the sides will proceed to a second phase.
That's all for now.